Hello, everyone, and welcome to another power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey, Chris, and I are going to get into Ghost, Season 1, Episode 3. We saw today, seems like Tariq got his new connect. I'm handing over to Stacey, but just real quick, I just want to say, I said this bullshit was going to happen. I said somehow Tariq was going to be the first black drug dealer in New York to figure out you can move weight at schools. And they're like, oh shit, it never even crossed my mind. Kiss my ass. Anyway, Stacey, where would you like to begin?
Tariq
needs to die.
It's too soon.
That was coming, but yeah, Tariq has his Tommy, who's gonna pretty much do all his drug dealing, and while he lays back and I guess lays up with either Diana or Laura or whoever he decides to hook up with. They try to make him so smart, and it's like, okay, you're not a genius. Everybody else is just dumb. Like, how Monet don't understand that you can deal drugs at college? And why won't she let her daughter go to college? I don't get it.
The hell with school, dopey. You gotta be on. You ever see Waterboy? He said,
"Yo, yeah,
I want to go to school. I want to go to school. The hell with school.
School is the devil.
School is the devil. I don't want you to ever go to school. And I don't want you to be messing with that Tariq boy. That boy, the devil.
She right about that, but why she can't go to school?
I don't.
She feels like everybody needs to pull weight, even the weak ones, which I don't know. It's so I'm so confused.
What does she do that she's required to be present to the point that she can't go to school?
Yeah, it's like she don't do anything. Like it's it's clear. Like leave her out of it. She's not about that life.
Or put her in school and let her run weight at school. If you just really want her to be in the game like that.
I mean, I appreciate that dialogue they had with the whole like, hey, I like basketball too. Said WNBA players don't be making money like that, sweetheart. Now get your ass back to your brothers. Like shit, like that's true. Like you want to look at NBA players compared to WNBA players. She ain't right with the stats on that. But damn, like starting at 75K ain't horrible. Like. You know, you ain't always have to look over your shoulders either. Like, what the hell? Like, huh? You know, but whatever.
That's $75K a year with no risk of jail time and being arrested or shot at on a regular basis.
You might tear her ACL or something. Like, it's dangerous.
Yeah. You're right. It makes no sense. So it's obviously Monet wants to groom her daughter to be the new brains of the operation once Monet is gone, so she can take care of Kane and Drew. But that's what college is for, to educate you so you're smart enough to lead this team. Like,
shout out to Stringer Bell. He knew that.
What? So I'm just like, it makes no sense. She's willing to sacrifice her daughter, who, like I said, does nothing. She didn't even go on the money run. Like, what did you do all day besides cook? I mean, or and take care of the dishes. Like, what do you do?
I mean, check people's social media, make sure they ain't like lambasting the fact that they got a connect. You know what I mean? Maybe that's her job. Maybe she does social media marketing. Maybe that's her job. It's like, hey, someone's being real hot. Someone's really being real hot on the street right now. You know?
She has to make sure all her crews are off social media.
Yep. That's her job.
Can't you set up Google alerts for that? Whenever somebody tweets about you, it pops up.
Hashtag GTG. I can't get over these names, man. I guess that's the replacements for the RSKs. The fuck?
Oh yeah, that's right. GTG. Yeah. I wonder why that sounds familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, because that's what they're spouting. You know.
Led by a little guap.
Yeah. My thing is, if homie Ramirez, the cop, you know, that obviously when they knew about the whole social media thing, like what like do not the other cops in the precinct not know? Like, so he knows, but the rest don't?
No. He was saying that's why the cops were there that night in the first place. So when Kane popped off in the drug den,
that's right.
They were in the jail because of that, right?
Yeah. But I guess the other cops didn't know who Drew was. I guess is the thing. He was able to identify Drew. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So, but he's saying the GTG guys were on the social media before that by themselves, flossing. They still say that, and therefore the gang, like the cops were more aware of the neighborhood, so they were monitoring them more. So then once Kane and Drew showed up, they were like, oh, and then they kind of got caught up in the thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody on the street knew who Drew was? Is that what we're trying to say?
Well, he ain't out there shooting guns up in the air though, so maybe he don't catch that much attention to himself. You know what I mean?
Him not wanting to be on social media. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be on social media as a crime organization. But like, was she upset because they were essentially outing who Drew was, or she just didn't want them to know that they were connected? Or
no? So separately, so they themselves, like, so Lil Guap himself was flossing and be like, I got all this money, I'm in the life. So then Diana was saying that if they keep on doing that, eventually they're going to arrest Little Guap, and then Little Guap is going to snitch on all of them. So when Drew went to be like, hey, don't do that shit, when Guap turned the camera on him, like he saw the jacket and he was gone a little bit. How did he get time to post the video? Because like Drew and Kane, live stream. All right,
yeah, live is instantaneous. Yeah.
Okay. So because Drew took the phone with him when they left. Yeah. So it was only Ramirez that saw parts of his jacket. You would have to know Drew to be like, oh, that's his jacket. I mean, that's a whole different, you have to be like a personal relationship. So I guess they don't have a criminal history that, they've been arrested a few times and they know the jackets that they like to wear. I guess. Kane walked in looking like he's in Alaska. He looked like a Jedi to me, like with the hood on and everything. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you a little bit overdressed. That's a whole lot of jacket. I didn't think it was
that reminded me of 50 a whole lot. I was like, is he supposed to be 50 right here?
He is.
He's new Kanan.
He is. He's the new Kanan / Tommy.
Yeah.
At least as far as the violence
goes. He
goes.
was supposed to be Ghost, I guess. More of the thinker, like more.
Yeah. No. That's Tariq. That's Tariq's spot, and he will take his crown.
Hell no, he'll never be like a father. Hell no. Nah, I'd rather give it to someone like Drew, who's not even related to Ghost, to call.
Sorry, buddy.
Fake ass, like, hey, let's talk. Socrates is an idiot. He's stupid. And what? Yo, what's so hilarious? Remember we were talking about Moby Dick?
Yeah.
Remember I made a joke and said, hey, like next time they're gonna be talking about Socrates. Yep. And they freaking talk about Socrates. Like, I don't know. Should I make another prediction, perhaps?
What's the next book?
Shakespeare.
All right. Shakespeare is coming. Hamlet is specifically, Hamlet will be brought up in this show.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And then she's going to just be like, how art thou on my dick, lady? Get on it. Like, there's going to be some shit like that, just talking to the guidance counselor, since now
are you talking about Carrie, or are you talking about Jabari at this point? I just want to make sure which one's going to be getting their dick sucked or doing the dick sucking.
I want to say C, all the above.
Okay, all right. So real quick. To Stacey's line about getting white men to do the work for you. So it is absolutely amazing that Tariq and his father both have the ability to find loyal white men that will do what they say with little to no questioning, yet still give the black man the credit and the authority in this relationship. Like, it is absolutely amazing that this new Ghost and Tommy team, because let's remember that Braden is the foundation and the labor in this drug operation. Because in season 4, it was Braden who took the drugs that Tariq stole from his mama, who was dealing with the stress of her daughter being murdered because of Tariq, steals her sleeping pills, takes him to choke. Braden sees the pills and says, I'll buy one from you for $10. And Tariq says nothing. Then Braden says, I'll buy one for $25. Tariq says, here you go. Braden is the one that brings back the second customer. Tariq says, I don't know what you're talking about. Then he pimps out Braden and says, go out there and sell the pills that I got for $25 each. Bring me back 15. Braden is the one that set the price. Braden is the one that found the customers. Braden is the one that brought Effie to the operation. In this episode, Braden is the one that goes get the drugs. Braden is the one that sells the drugs. Yet he runs back to his daddy Tariq and says, what next, boss? What else do you need? And he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna work this thing out. He is classic his daddy.
So you saying Braden should be working on his own?
Yes, much like Emmett and the Shy, but that's a whole other conversation for another video that we've already done. Tommy didn't need Ghost, and Braden doesn't need Tariq.
Well, like, Braden's great for the connect, and I guess $25 for a price, I guess, but I don't know that's not all you need. You know what I mean? Like, Jesse Pinkman was able to do a connect for Walter White, after all, but you ain't gonna say that, Jesse Pinkman could do it all by himself necessarily.
To your point, sir,
I'm talking about the beginning, not talking about season 4. Season 4, I'm talking about the beginning when he brought Walter, when Walter didn't know anyone.
Jesse, we could go. That's a whole other video. But Jesse was running before Walt showed up. Facts.
And get black eyes and about to die in that damn RV.
Braden in this situation, Braden
was going to get a black eye and get a bullet put in his head without Tariq. That's all I'm saying.
What are you when?
I'm saying he won't. No, I'm saying if he went solo. Because, just the way he runs his mouth and shit like that. Dude, no. There's no way he could do it by himself. Tommy, to your point, Tommy could do it by himself. Braden ain't about that life. He got the connects and whatnot, but he ain't street. So, therefore, because of that, he's going to get his ass killed.
One, this is not the street game. And that's the point. This is not the street game. This is the college game. Tariq ain't made for the street game. He made a college game. And somehow, again, Monet never figured this process out. Braden is college. Braden is white. Braden is rich. That school pretty much belongs to him and his brother. So Braden is that operation. Tariq is just the one that gave him the idea. In fact, Braden's working for free because he's filthy rich all of a sudden.
I like that all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
He's doing this.
Wait, sir. Wait, are you the one that has the last name after that auditorium?
Please remember, audience, his brother punched out a cop and went back to partying.
No consequences.
Once Braden dropped his last name, they kissed his ass and said, I'm sorry for interrupting your party. We will leave now.
And they turned the volume right back up. Like,
Braden is the operation. Tariq is unnecessary. Okay? But Braden's like, I need my
I feel like that's gonna fall apart. I mean, like I hear you. I'm just saying, and the fact that you got these white boys that are all like you said, super rich, and they seem to. It's like two different worlds and whatnot. I feel like I said in the last episode, I feel like those worlds will collide. Some shit's gonna go down, and Monet's family is gonna be like, damn, this is probably a bad idea with these damn kids. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be like, at first they're gonna be like, lots of money. It's gonna look great. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna be a great honeymoon at first. And all of a sudden they're like, man, whatever. Like, I don't need to, do I need to always pay and whatnot? And then a white boy's gonna have to put a bullet in, have a bullet placed in his head. And we all know what's gonna happen after that. White boy that gets gunned down by a black dude. Man, that's my prediction.
All right,
that's my prediction. If either that or Kane's going to whoop the living shit out of Braden's brother, if not himself. You know what I mean?
Stacey, what are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I don't think Braden really needs Tariq unless I can see if Tariq is bringing in the drugs and then gives it to Braden, and Braden does pretty much everything else, because Braden obviously has the clout and the privilege that even if he get caught up with a bunch of drugs on him, nothing's gonna happen. So yeah, give it to Braden. Let Braden do it and keep your hands clean. Similar to what they were trying to do with that teacher he had, where he was just dropping off the drugs and he was just like, all right, just leave the money over here and I'll collect later. Like, that's all Tariq is built for. He ain't built for street. He just telling people, and they keep giving us this whole, oh, Tariq is a genius thing to kind of get us. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I would say they're
Very
leaning on
philosophical.
I think they're leaning on his brains because he don't have the muscle. Like he's not like James had both. Like if it came down to it, James will whoop your ass or trick you into doing something. Tariq can't do that, and I'm happy they're not trying to act like he can all of a sudden. Like they're.
kind of is. He kind of is like going to Monet, like getting Zeke to tell Monet to come over, and like pulling up on her, like, oh, if you want Zeke to stay in school, you need to make me work with you. Like, she could hire a different tutor.
Chris and I said, how in the world does Monet think that a kid who's working on his own education, who has the stress of trying to sell drugs to get his mom out of prison, somehow has enough brain power to also keep her nephew in school and at a high level? Take your drug money and, like you said, and get a legit adult professional tutor with a college degree.
Or pay off the staffers. I mean, something, you know.
That's probably a bit much for the school, you know what I'm saying? But I see your point. I'm just saying you could hire a tutor and that's the end of Tariq. Like, that is so easy. That is the stupidest leverage I've ever seen. And Monet is letting him do it to her. Like, that is shit writing right there. Like, Tariq needing his mom out of prison is why he's selling drugs. That makes sense, right? Monet and, Lorenzo using Tasha to keep Tariq in line kind of makes sense. But this whole, like, Monet, you need me more than I need you shit that Tariq is trying to pull off don't make no kind of damn sense. And she just told her daughter, stay away from this dude. Everybody he knows ends up dead or in prison. But hey, guys, this is our new business partner because he's the only one that figured out we can move drugs in college. That's what education to get you. If Diana went to college, she could figure that shit out too.
Yes, let the girl go to school.
Fuck.
I'm feeling that she will. Something tells me she's going to randomly enroll, and it's going to cause complications.
Renzo is going to pull her card and make her go.
And then Tariq's going to have two girls in the same class that likes him.
Yes, because apparently this is the only school in New York.
I think so.
Hey,
you didn't hear it, Stacey? Yeah, it is.
This ain't the have and have-nots. There's only one of every. There's only one of every. But real quick. So once again, we talk about literary references, right? Once again, Tariq is put in the position that he has to give this in-depth monologue about a book, and is ultimately again talking about himself. Ultimately, he and his father thought they were so smart that they're blind to the fact of what's going on around them. Once again, he's foreshadowing that his actions is going to lead him being murdered just like his father. Like, they're just laying the literary foundation for why he will die based on his own decisions.
But I feel like they don't make it strong enough. Like, I'm not disagreeing, and I think, even looking at the first episode, I was like, yeah, of course he. But it's like a throw. It's like he'll do these monologues and then they just throw it away. So if, like, by episode 10 or whatever, when it's like, it's going to be hard to kind of recall exactly what was said because they said it all for 2 or 3 minutes of him fussing with this professor, and then, that it's going to be just easy to forget. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got.
I feel like they could at least structure it a little bit better, or at least emphasize it a little bit more. At least told you what the hell the book he actually was supposed to be reading is, not just to say, "Hey, did you finish the book this time?" Again, say, "Yes, I did." You know.
The Apology. That's the name of the book. The Apology.
The Apology. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have no idea what that book is.
Yeah, to apologize for being late again.
So it irritates the. What's up, Stacey?
Go ahead.
It irritates the absolute fuck out of me that Tariq at this point is so privileged, despite his skin color, because, America is against black men. This boy runs to class when he feels like it. And this is not the only class he's taking, mind you, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a class they keep on highlighting. But at this point, he gives 2 fucks about showing up late to class. He don't give a fuck about doing the homework. But somehow the professors against him is going to fail him because he don't like him. No, you don't complete the homework. You don't show up on time, right? The black man, Jabari, who gives him an incomplete on his homework, tells this black kid that he has to stand up to the white man to be better. But guess what, black man? You're the one who's failing him. You're the reason why this fucker is going to be on academic probation. Why is Tariq not on academic probation at this point?
I mean, I don't know how many classes is he taking, or do we only know?
Right? Is he taking other classes, or is this the only class?
You remember the conversation at the dinner table when he told Drew that he had so many classes, but he added some kind of art drawing or some shit last episode?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess, one class isn't going to necessarily put you on academic probation. However, you don't get to pass the class if you get like a D, for example. So, that's, I don't know. I don't know why he just don't take a different class. You know what I mean?
If he's late to this class, he's late to all of them because he's late because he's running drugs at night. He got a drug business he got to keep running. He got strippers coming to the school. We'll get to that in a minute. But I'm like, he's not on. This is just a symptom of a bigger problem. There's no way he's not fucking up in all his classes. You know what I'm saying? So he should be on his road to academic probation himself. But like Jabari's speech to him was which is inappropriate. Like, it didn't make any damn sense. It's not the man or the system keeping him down. Like, Tariq did the homework. He read the book. He did the paper.
And he answered the way that the professor thought about. You know what I mean? Which is no different from anything else. You know how many times I wrote papers when I was like, you know what, this is total bullshit, but same time, this is what the professor was looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what school is. Like, to your point.
Yeah.
Why the hell are you? For one, he's the professor. Why is he not grading his own papers? That is weird to me. That is like, I don't grade papers. I was like, I was waiting for him to be like, I'm tenure. I don't get to do shit. I just give you the content. You turn the stuff in. I give it to my master. You know what I mean? And he grades it. You know what I mean? Like, that was weird. I'm like, I didn't give you the incomplete. I gave it to this dude who sits in for 5 minutes of every lecture. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. I just found that weird. And to your point, that is it is very hypocritical and just doesn't make any sense in the sense of like, why are you telling him to be himself? And like knowing that sometimes, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, you're going to give him an incomplete for that? Like, you could say, hey, see me in my office. You know what I mean? To give him a pep talk. But it's like they're trying to go straight up Morgan Freeman with the whole lean on me thing. Like, it's like, boy, I'm going to fail you right now. You ain't listening in your classes. I'm going to fail you right now. You know what I mean? With Foghorn, all that shit. It was straight. It was like the writer just saw lean on me. And they said, okay, I just saw lean on me and Freedom Writers and Dangerous Minds. And
all that shit
now going to like give you this shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What's your thoughts, Stacey?
I don't think a lot of professors grade their own papers. I know, like a lot of my classes, we had TAs that did everything. So I don't really think that was unusual. I do think it's odd for you to just give it incomplete because you thought that they didn't express themselves properly.
Because you thought, yeah.
But then again, I never took like literature. I was always a math and science person, so it's a lot more objective. Either you're right or you're wrong. But literature is like, it's an opinion. Like, you're grading me off of your opinion of what I should have done. That doesn't make sense. I don't really get what the point of his character is for, other than to make sure we have a sex scene every episode. I don't get, like, why is he here?
So
I feel like he's gonna be either helping Tariq deal with some drugs, or he's gonna get it on with his mom. One of the two. Something.
Who's mom?
Tasha finally gets out of jail. Some shit like that. He's gonna be the new Terry Silver. Go out to find his body somewhere. You know what I mean? It is what it is with STARZ. You know.
So real quick, let's address the sex scene because I want to get on to Tasha's mock trial, which I thought was awesome. But so yeah, we talked about it last episode. Like, the formula is somebody's fucking, somebody's dying. Like, that's every episode. No matter how unnecessary, it makes no sense. So Professor Jabari fucks Professor Carey in his office. Inappropriate, but they're both adults. Whatever. In this episode, Jabari, this was a bad porn scene. Like, as much as you saying like writers watch like Dangerous Minds, these writers were watching college porn and was like, I got an idea. Because oh yeah, anyway, Chris does thing. Like, how does it make any sense that okay, so his graduate student, she had to make sure that everyone knew that she was legal. I'm a graduate student, professor. It's okay. You can fuck me. They're in college. He can fuck a freshman. They all should be 18 minimum. Like, I mean, it's like, this doesn't make any sense. And then you got Professor Carey listening to the fucking, I'm like, how is this relevant? Like, is this messing her sexual addiction? I didn't know if she was going to join in. I didn't know if she was going to watch. I didn't know if she was going to be like, see, right? If she's a sexual, if she was a sexual addict, I'm like, this is going to lead to something. I'm not talking full-fledged like threesome or something, but she was going to be like, oh, right?
She was going to be in there whacking off or something.
Exactly. I thought STARZ has done it before. Fuck it. I mean, I thought she was going to be like, just let me feel a little bit, and then I got to get out of here. But I'm like, why is Jabari always fucking at work? Like, stop fucking people around you and stop doing it at work. Like, take these women somewhere else. Hey, he licked his fingers. I just got to bring that up because we always see saliva used in sex scenes. And, like, so far they've been with gay sex scenes. And I wanted to see in a straight sex scene. He licked his fingers when he bent the girl over. He licked his fingers and he put it in there. I'm just saying, saliva keeps on being used. I'm sorry. It's stuck in my head. Like, I saw it and I was like, I'm just saying, what?
The fact that you even pick up on like small, minute stuff like that is just.
It wasn't the newbie that we
saw. Face, like, we were like, first, I don't think neither of us even caught that, but the fact that you did.
Hey, after Lovecraft Country, I'm prepared for anything. All right. He didn't spit in his hand, so I was like, well, at least he only licked it, but he did. Anyway, I digress. I'm saying this better lead to something, all right? Or
what about the other? Well, it wasn't a sex scene. It was like her trying to kind of keep him there with Epiphany. And
yeah. That's. Well, so okay. So then this brings up so I looked that up. So all that Tariq did was hire a stripper to do the other part of the job, right? So she had to keep Scott. He had to keep Scott busy because he's the only drug dealer in this whole fucking school is Scott and Tariq now. All right. So he hires Epiphany, who's back. Why does Tariq not get into the party game? Why doesn't he bring Epiphany and all the other strippers to college? And now he has girls and drugs. Like, he could be a party planner. That's money. Stacey?
What?
That's what I'm saying. You the source for all the entertainment. That is a market. You got kids with money, testosterone, and not much to do with their time. You got frat kids who want to see naked women. You can provide the naked women. This is easy.
At that point, I would imagine you would have to need like probably have to hire, I guess, maybe the bodyguards at the strip club too, then, because you're talking about a bunch of horny young men surrounding a couple of girls that you're going to need some security.
Okay, that's where Kane comes in. So Kane and Drew come in, and this gives you the situation where Braden's brother gets his ass whooped because he gets touchy with a black girl. He probably says some racist shit. Then Kane gets to come in and whoop his ass, and then there you go. Like, I watched that.
I don't even feel like you even need all that for Kane to whip someone's ass. I feel like anything can just like set them off. But like someone said, "Hey, what's up, homie?" And Kane
that would be an ass whooping.
Like, yo, Kane gonna whoop ass for like anything, and then Drew's gonna be like, calm down.
I don't know how much white man experience he's been exposed to, so he may not have that much experience.
Very little.
So he may be like, when I see them, I think cop or racist. Either way, they're racist.
Or Wall Street.
or Wall Street, right? So I'm saying I gotta beat you one way or the other. So it won't be. I'm not saying it'll be hard to start the fight. I'm just saying that would be a realistic situation. But anyway, Epiphany, for some reason, finds another man that wants to get chained up to something. For some reason, we keep on watching shows where white men get chained to things.
I don't get it.
See,
some random woman walks in and handcuffs you, and you just like, okay.
So
you don't think it's not gonna end well for you?
I think me and you talked about it off camera. Why it doesn't make sense for a black man compared to black man that like goes through like the whole idea of what happened to their ancestors. Be like, you ain't chaining me to shit.
Absolutely not.
You ain't chaining me to shit. And there's some white people that love that whole race play shit, that whole reverse race play shit, especially when it comes to a black woman. Now, granted, sometimes it'll be other white women doing it to white men, but same time, it's about the whole idea of you reversing power. And who has seen in society has had the most power? White men. You know what I mean? White men overall. So the whole idea of switching it up and whatnot, like I told you off camera about my one black friend who had that white girlfriend and what he allowed her to do and say.
Yes.
And I'll just leave it at that. I won't So
like
just stuff like that.
Right.
It is not uncommon is what I'm trying to say. With
yes.
this, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to white men wanting to be okay with that. You know what I mean? We ain't as trustworthy. No. Even if I'm married to your ass. No. Like, I need to know where that damn key is. Yes. We need to have safety words, like all kinds of shit. You know, you ain't just, if I don't know you, like, for one, you ain't chaining me. And even if I do know you or whatnot, I'm going to be looking at our past and be like, okay, did she go through my phone first before she's about to, like, lock me up? Like, did I piss her off?
Chris?
Did I piss her off? It's just going to be like a Bill Bellamy moment from Def Jam, How to Be a Player. You know what I mean? Like, what's about to happen here? Like,
you remember Tommy? Fucking Holly was like, "Hey, baby, let me do it to you," and he would have fucking ripped her head off if she wasn't handcuffed. Like, like that dude was like, "He give me the key." He was like, "We can get out of this."
You know why? Because Tommy been around black people, so he knows what's up. Tommy raised around black people. He knows what's up.
Oh man, he was gonna, and she knew her man. Anyway, Shibari, I want to talk about this. So he asked if she was in Epiphany was into Shibari. So that is Japanese BDSM rope play. That's what he was referring to. And she said, "Oh, that's in my girl don't do that package." And I don't know if they got into that, but just let you know, that's what that is. I was interested.
Thank you for taking one for the team for that to do some research.
Hey, the more you know. Yes. So yeah. So that. Let's get to.
All right. Before, because I have a feeling we won't cover this. I want to see a basketball team because these players. I'm sorry, for one, they ain't tall. They look weak as hell. They look weak as hell. Like they're like, I'm like, okay, maybe they could be basketball players in like 1950 or so. Like it just looked so
Thank you, Chris.
I could probably join the basketball team. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Chris. I told Terry, I was like, this team makes no fucking sense. This is a college level basketball team. A shorter kid than Zeke is talking shit to Zeke. He's the one leading the game.
I am scoring. I had to score for you or whatever. And he must be like LeBron James because you saw all those damn cameras. You know what I mean?
I was like, what the
for a damn college team with all those cameras. I was like, you sure he ain't the King James? Like what? Like it even made me think. Even when LeBron James was still in school, when he was still in high school, they didn't even do all. Yo, that was a lot, man.
That was too much.
Damn, a college student.
That was too much.
And if that's the case, he really, to be honest, he could just go right to the NBA. He didn't need to go to college. So if you're gonna have that many cameras, fuck school. Just go straight to the NBA. Do like everybody else did back in the day. You know what I mean? Yep. Like it's weird to me that they make the season so pressing that Tariq needs to make sure that that this kid stays on track, that Zeke can stay on track so he can, pass with a 2.0, just so he can possibly go to the NBA. But here's the deal, and let's be real. A lot of times, especially with kids going through school who might be at NBA level, I think you even said it, Stacey, like you could tear ACL. Could be something, and then
Yeah.
Your career ends before it even starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is why you do have a lot of players who have the gift at high school, skip college, because college ain't going nowhere. You know, if anything, you make a couple $1 million, maybe then you hurt yourself. And then you can go to college, pay that shit. You got no student debt now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the shit.
Yeah.
Why the hell is Zeke going to school? And why is he going to school with these JV-looking members?
Yes.
Like it's just.
I didn't want to be racist. But I'm
Nah,
like,
it was not even just a white boy either. Even a black dude looked kind of like.
They look scrawny, but I'm like, basketball is dominated by black men. Like that is it. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude, a black dude, 6'1" minimum, needs to be looking at Zeke like, if you don't get your shit together, I'm taking your spot. A shorter white kid is not going to tell Zeke, I'm better than you. I'm like, none. They look like some shit out of a high school basketball movie, and that's being nice. It could have been a high school hockey movie. If there were hockey players, I would have been like, you know what?
That's why I needed them to do a scene, a basketball, like
they need to be on the court.
I mean, you know, and then I don't know if they're gonna give him like some Michael J. Fox moves from Teen Wolf, where he goes behind the back, but like, woo, he's amazing because he's a Teen Wolf. But I was like, damn, like that's
too much, man.
You know what I mean?
I see your point. I'm sorry, Stacey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we ran.
You just lost me in the whole basketball team, so.
I mean,
listening.
So again, I admit I'm not a sports guy. I barely know the positions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do know the fact that black men dominate that shit. Like anyone who watches American basketball knows that. Like, so I was
the only reason why I'm kind of leaving you out there because especially this year, there's been some ridiculously great white boys.
I'm not saying there's one. I mean, the Bulls had one or two.
I'm not talking about just one either.
I'm saying, but I'm like,
compared to the past, there's more white boys now.
Are they coming up? But that team was not like realistic.
True.
Okay,
True.
That's what I'm saying. That was horrible casting for that basketball team. Absolutely horrible. So anyway, let's talk about Tasha's mock trial that we predicted. Correct?
Oh God.
Go ahead, Stacey. Go ahead.
We're gonna go there.
Go ahead.
Tasha is the worst liar ever. I'm trying to figure out why is Courtney so hell-bent in making Tasha look like a complete idiot. Every season, It gets worse and worse. And then she tries to say, I'm a black woman. Oh, well, Tasha is a strong black woman. Oh, Tasha is an idiot. And she keeps getting stupider by the season. Like, I'm sick of her. She either needs to die or just stay in jail.
Damn.
And I'm tired of Tasha. She serves no purpose at this point.
So her story, and I had to go back and find the episode. Season 1, episode 7, is when Keisha, the thirsty friend that this girl is sitting up there with Tasha and her 3 or 4 black friends who you never see again. And Keisha's bragging about how Tasha and Ghost got together. So the original story is that Tasha and Ghost were on the parkway. They get pulled over by the cops. Tasha, on her own, takes the gun out of the glove compartment, sticks it in her purse. The cops check Ghost, don't check her. They go home. She cries. Ghost gives her a ring. Happily ever after. She takes that story, and it's like, I was pregnant with my babies. I put the gun in my maternity dress because my man made me do it. I was just there having kids for this man. I was in accounting school.
Aunt Jemima type voice.
Oh, that's how she sounded like, bruh. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, she's like, I was going to school. I went to church every Sunday. I was trying to do something with my life. And this big black drug dealer came up and said, girl, you belong to me now. This is some Ike and Tina shit, and you belong to me. And he was like, yes, baby. And I just ran off and made babies. And then he happened to be a drug dealer. I had no choice but to move the money around. I had no choice.
That had to be a very expensive mock trial. You know what I mean? At least like another 20, 30K, probably at least. You know what I mean? Damn. All 12 jurors.
All of them. Even the black woman in the back. Yep. First I was like, there was no black people on that trial. There was a black woman in the back. Even she convicted Tasha.
I would have too.
That's because Tamika is that good. Saxe is not that good. In fact, I don't think he's ever did a trial, actually. Angie did all the trials in season 1, and Tamika just destroyed Tasha on the stand. I don't remember Saxe ever cross-examining any witness, ever.
I mean, no, he did like Louis, and like trap people in the interviews and whatnot. He's done that, you know. So and you know, and a lot of times if you're in that position in real life, a lot of times you are kind of sometimes like, you know, you do kind of go into court. You might not cross-examine. So I don't know if they just want us to think that, even though, like you said, we haven't seen it, that's just what he does because that's just what he do. You know what I mean? That's just a typical thing.
But Tamika had a unique perspective. Like even when she went to, and I love your weave, by the way, like she took it to like black woman to black woman. Let's go down this bullshit story you just tried to sell us. And she demolished her until it got. Now I got called bullshit on the whole. You told Blanca that you slept with Silver to give James enough time to arrive. That is absolute bullshit.
She was making it up.
I'm saying, but Tasha should have been like, whoa. Like that's not like.
That's the point. Tasha
Yeah, that's the point. She's not
got
really
caught up into all that, and then that's what caught her up. Like she's not as smart as she thinks she is. She don't think on her feet very well. She starts stuttering and like you're not that smart, Tasha.
Yeah.
But Tamika painted a perfect story. I mean, I was like, wow. She even brought up Ramona Garrity. I was like, where the fuck was she during the damn funeral? But she's like, so this man loved you, right? Like you want us to believe that he killed Silver because he loved you so much. He was fucking Angie and Ramona. Like you weren't shit. And this man, but he did kill Silver after seeing Silver fuck Tasha. Like that's a fact. Like he did get mad about that. So that is kind of true. But as we I did a whole video about this. There's no fucking way Tasha knew where Silver's body was if she did not put that body there herself.
She knew her man.
I was like, you can kiss my ass on this. Like, Ghost has never, ever hid anything at the airport. He only went to the airport once in 6 seasons, and that was to fly away with Angie. Like, the writer should have did better with that. Like, the really, you know what I'm saying? And why didn't Tamika bring up Tariq? Because if she knows, okay, so if the story is Tommy killed Ghost, his best friend, because Tasha had a cry for help, right? He's almost a professional killer. Why was Tasha there in the first place then? Do you expect us to believe that Tasha thought Tommy needed help killing Ghost? Tasha was at the crime scene. That's a fact. She had the murder weapon. That's a fact. What exactly happened, Miss Green? Walk us through this. Why did you have your lover, your second lover, mind you, because you love your husband so much, but your second lover drove you to the crime scene. You go in there, see Tommy shoot your husband, and then Tommy gives you the gun for what? Tommy doesn't know how to get rid of a weapon? Tommy's never killed somebody before? What exactly? How did this work out for you? How did Tommy know when to call, to tell you when Ghost was available? Because or she could have brought up Tariq. Someone helped you, Miss Green, and it wasn't Tommy. Who helped you? And that would show that Tariq was involved or likely involved. That's what I'm saying.
It seems like, especially with what's Dave's assistant's name?
Paula.
Yeah, the gorgeous Paula. Between both of them, especially towards the end when they say, "Hey, this like you're not ready for the stand and you're keeping something from us." It is clear that Tasha's going to eventually be like, "Okay, I think I can trust them," and she's going to reveal that it was really Tariq. I mean, we know where it's going. She's going to reveal that Tariq killed his father. You know, it's going to say that to both of them. You know, and I don't know. Somehow either that's going to slip, or they're going to, or most likely, like, you know, they're going to be like, "Hey, no, like you need to say it was your son," even though it was, ironically, Tariq was the one that hired them in the first place. But I'm just making that prediction because that's just STARZ, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you think? Like, because we all know that it's going to come out that Tariq did shoot Ghost, and her legal team's going to find out. just how are they going to like use that though? That's the question.
What do you think, Stacey?
I don't think she would volunteer that information. I think they're gonna find out and they're gonna confront her, and she's gonna do her usual, and they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, it was Tariq. Like, and then at that point, she needs to take a plea. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
If all of this drama was to keep Tariq out of jail, she needs to take a plea and be done with it. Do your time.
Yeah.
There is no point having this boy out here hustling up $500,000 to pay for your defense. There's no point. He gonna get caught up and he's gonna be in more bullshit. Take a plea. Do your time. If you were gonna do the time for the murder, do the time for the queen pin shit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She walked out of a book one saying, "I'm going to jail for you, and I'm okay with that." Then go to jail and shut the fuck up, and just
and we've already discussed that if she try to throw Ghost under the bus, they're gonna take his inheritance money, which again is gonna leave Tariq assed out.
Yes.
Take the plea. Yes, I did everything. Let Tariq finish school. He ain't got to deal drugs to pay for your defense. Finish school, get your inheritance money, start a business. Go legit. This life ain't for you, Tariq. You're gonna die, and hopefully really soon.
He said, "Damn."
She really wasn't motherfucker. I get it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It don't make sense, man. Like they're working too hard to save a woman who don't want to be saved. Tamika will join that defense team, but that's gonna happen. But I'm like, she shouldn't.
But what happens to her integrity if she does?
Yeah.
You know, she was big on, I can't lie. I'm not going to put my reputation at risk. But if she joins that team, everybody that comes to that side gets screwed. We see with Proctor, we see with everybody that's been involved with this family. They're going to go down for something. Angela got dirty. Everybody got dirty dealing with the St. Patrick's. If she cross over, she going to get dirty too.
I will say this. Shout out to Meth, man. Shout out to Meth, man, because even though I'm not a fan of the writing that they're giving all these guys, like the dialogue and whatnot, he shocked me a little bit. I mean, I know he's a decent actor, but he's always playing like himself a lot of times. You know what I mean? Sometimes a goofy guy and whatnot. That it was kind of refreshing to actually like look at his role and be like, damn, like, nah, he's a freaking, you know what I mean? Like, he's an actual defense attorney, you know what I mean? Which was hard for me to see that at first when I first saw the very first trailer. But no, he's playing that shit well. He's playing the shit well. So, I mean, not to distract from what we're talking about as far as the actual legal team, as far as like the inconsistency in the plot itself, but I had to at least throw out some praise, you know what I mean? In the midst of all of this, so and Meth definitely gets in my book.
I totally agree, man. Because I was gonna say Mary J. Blige don't have a lot of range. Like she has the same face no matter what, and I'm like, and
yeah, and she's been in quite a few things, because even like, I mean, I don't know if you guys are watching this and y'all saw like the Umbrella Academy, she was in there as well as a hitman, but she kind of played. As far as personality goes, she was the same person, just always gotten annoyed and always like, really, like, wow, like it's just the same person, you know what I mean? Which isn't horrible, especially if you got like a name recognition like that, who's not known to be an actor or whatnot. That's fine, I guess, you know what I mean? But I guess that's what surprises me about when it comes to Method Man, because other than, How High, I think is incredible. Oh my God, that's an amazing film. And when him and Redman, that is classic, right? But seeing him in this role and him pulling it off, thank you, sir. Thank you. Like you get rid of some of the stereotypes that people have as far as rappers turning into actors. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about no damn Will Smith. Okay, people are like, well, Will Smith is no motherfucker. I'm talking about like rappers, like a Ludacris, 50 Cent, those. You know what I mean?
Like both the ISIS.
I thought you said ISIS. I'm like,
Oh, yo, Ice-T and Ice Cube. Both going by their legal names.
Oh, ISIS. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Ice Cube. Yeah, Ice Cube is another one. Yeah, Ice-T always plays himself. Like either he a gangster or even as a cop, he's
so
still
cute.
He's a gangster. Like, yeah, you know.
Ice Cube. I mean, anyway, he does barbershop 150.
Yeah. Ice Cube was cool, but yeah. Okay, to your point, yes. Method. He's
an actor.
He's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Shout out.
So,
I know you'll probably never watch this video.
He watches us every week. So like Mary J, real quick. Mary J's conversation with Diana talking about everybody has to play their position, and it's like it's up to me to figure out what role you guys play in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting that I think like she like even with herself, she's like, I got a role to play. I got to play the wife to Lorenzo. I got to play, the loving wife, and we're going to work the shit out. And they're arguing what to do with the business. They're arguing what to do with the kids. She has to play the role with Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you keep fucking up, and I got to keep fucking Lorenzo. Ramirez. Like, she's like, I got to keep taking favors because he has to keep up cleaning up for you. These are roles she has to play. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and even she's stuck in her situation. She's like, if Diana thinks she's stuck in her situation, like, look at me, shit. So when I look at Monet's relationship with Ramirez, it reminds me of Ghost and Angie, because like Ghost at some point was using like sex and love to keep Angie on board so she could keep him out of fucking going to jail. And that's exactly what Monet is doing. So I mean, I don't know if there's some actual genuine affection on her part in this relationship. I don't know, but she clearly is like, this episode, he was like, your kids are gonna, you got to slow down the business, and she's like, I can't. You guys got to stop. She's like, I can't, but she's like, I can give you some though. Hope that makes it better, And he was like, all right, but I'm serious. You need to stop. Sex fixes a lot of things, is what I'm saying. Like, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get where you need to be. All right. And Angie did the same thing. You remember when she fucked Greg again? She's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. Poor Greg. See you at the crossroads, Greg. You know who's gonna join him? Ramirez. That motherfucker ain't gonna make it. Cause Kane is gonna
do it. Is it gonna be Kane, Lorenzo?
Lorenzo's in jail. Let's real quick. I think Stacey and I were talking about
Lorenzo. Are you sure Lorenzo's really in jail?
He's in jail.
Sure don't look like it.
Dude. He is running prison better than Kanan. Like,
so amazing. Like you see movies like this where it's like, hey, we're going to have you meet Dr. So-and-so in prison. And all of a sudden, like, they're playing opera music and they're at this big old table right by himself, still wearing prison gear, but he's like a 16.
Like a lamb.
Yeah. Clowns of the Lamb type deal and whatnot with the server, like in jail. You know what I mean? That's all he was missing. So it's like, hey, you want a beer in prison? You know what I mean? Like all kinds of shit.
He has a prison guard
in prison.
He has a prison guard sitting in front of him next to another prisoner. And they're sitting up there talking about whether or not they should sell drugs to another prisoner, I'm assuming, or just beat him up and put him in the infirmary. And then he has a waiting line behind him. Like, sir, your 12 o'clock is here. And he's like, all right.
Godfather. This is Godfather now.
This is Godfather shit. Anyway, for the viewers, if you want to see look at The Chi season 1, when you meet the head of the 6th Street mob, he has a whole floor to himself with a king-size bed in that bitch. He's brought alcohol and a woman to his prison cell. At least in this one. So let's get this straight. Ramirez runs the entire prison, but he still is getting rushed out of the conjugal visit room. Like, he can't get a few more.
Lorenzo or Ramirez?
No, yeah, Lorenzo. Lorenzo is running.
No. Yeah, it sounded like you said Ramirez.
Sorry. So they're too similar. I know shit. Like, she should be fucking a guy named, like Jamal or something. So we keep this shit separate. Anyway, so Lorenzo is running the prison. Him and his wife are having their conjugal visit time, and fucking the cops, the guards are like, hurry up, you got 15 minutes. I'm like, hey, I'm Lorenzo. I'll get done when I get done. I'll see y'all later. But somehow he still got to listen to the rules. That seemed inconsistent to me. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the warden's rules. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But
This prison belongs to him. And so it's a where. So that's another question: are they in prison? Or are they in jail? Because Stacey and I were having this conversation. Tasha's new prison mate, buddy, tells her, "Why are you fucking with me when you're just here because of your trial? As soon as your trial's over, this is a bus stop. So if this is a bus stop, what trial is Lorenzo there for? Because he's in for life. Like, he's been in for a decade. Like, this is not a bus stop. This is permanent home. So I'm confused on how this prison thing works. Like,
dude, you're thinking too hard, man. This is STARZ. Just accept. You're supposed to.
All right, man.
But I mean, don't forget the fact that apparently the male prison and the female prison is right. Apparently, right next. And the fact that you can have a spying guard that can just randomly take photos of people.
He's not even a guard. It looks like he looks like a prisoner that works
maintenance.
He's a maintenance dude. He's not even.
Was he a maintenance guy?
He's a maintenance dude.
He's probably making bank working at both prisons. God damn. Go ahead, brother.
I can't get on him. He asked for permission to leave. He was like, ma'am, can I go to, because I got to get to my next job. She's like, okay, thanks, Bishop. Like, he's just a handyman there who has a fucking, nobody sees him with the fucking burner phone, snapping pictures.
Speaking of burner phones, I don't remember them ever giving Tasha a damn charger. But that phone, like, that's one hell of a phone. That must be like one of those solar-powered phones where, like, she just keep it on her bed and that phone's always on. Like, for one, it was clearly always on, But I'm like, damn, that thing got to be, like, sitting at 2% on a regular. Like,
I'm bringing up details, huh? That's what we're doing now?
Huh? No, I'm just being funny. I'm just saying, hey, let's go with it. I'm like,
all right, let's
go with it.
Let's just go with this. Let's just go with this.
Yeah. So, but I found it funny that she did just kind of just toss the damn, try to be all G with it, tossing the morning after pill, but like, hey, I heard you needed this. Like, I'm like, Tasha, no.
Tell her she was walking at the end. She was all like she's a thug all of a sudden.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an actor's choice of that. You know what I mean?
Yo. She ain't getting out of prison. Not alive. She's not getting out of prison alive. That's my prediction.
Oh.
My question is, though, why didn't the woman ask you, how did you know I need the pill in the first place? I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, how did you get into my business that I needed a morning after pill? That's my first conversation. Not how did you get it? Like, I don't know you. True. But, I guess she's okay with any random stranger walking up to her and saying, hey, I think you need.
I know, like, and how do you even know that's even it? Like, that could have been a caffeinated
it's like
pill.
Her first rodeo, apparently.
Yeah. This ain't her first time raising a baby in prison.
That could be some rice and shit, some poison and shit. Like, you don't know what the fuck
that's true.
You know what I mean? Not like you could have some enemies and be like, here's your morning after pill. And just like making sure you ingest that damn thing. You know what I mean? So
cyanide or something.
Yes.
Yeah, man, go straight Breaking Bad on them. You know what I mean? Just like whatever,
Maybe her prison guard baby daddy don't want a baby run around. Is gonna kill both of them. Like, I mean, that's you still don't know who the baby daddy is. Anyway, real quick. I know it's
Lorenzo. Prediction: Lorenzo.
Yep. Oh fuck! Because I was like, why did Lorenzo say, "Oh, this Tasha is talking to old girl"? Like, I know her. Like, I mean, I thought that that would be something. Like why didn't he recognize her? But anyway, let's talk about recognition. How is it once again no one can figure out that Tariq is related to Ghost?
Well, I think when they kind of hinted at it, say everyone who's associated with Tariq is either dead in jail. So which means
no.
Why would she say that line unless she
because for the police record, his father has been murdered. His sister has been murdered. He was involved in a cop-related shooting. You know what I'm saying?
So he knows.
Everyone around him is. Kanan was murdered in his. I mean, like that has.
Right. I guess my point is, so now she knows, right?
No, she knows this dude got a bad track record with people. That's what she knows. I mean, that's a wreck. I'm saying, Ghost. No. He's the son of the fucking drug dealer Ghost who ran Queens with Kanan and fucking Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this makes no fucking sense that none of them have heard of him. Yeah. That would have been a better scene to me. I don't know you. I don't trust you, but I'm going to work with you because I knew your dad. Your dad was legit. Your dad helped me through the business, and I'm gonna give you, some professional courtesy. That makes sense. That makes sense. But to be like, I don't know you from Adam, sir, but I'm gonna sacrifice my business and my nephew for you.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You can kiss my black ass. This don't make any sense. Yeah, me too. We gotta roll up. So, any final thoughts before we shut this video down?
Well, looks like Tariq and Diana's finally getting their little kissy kiss on. So from the preview. So we saw that in the preview. So that's going to be kind of cool to see how that goes. Other than that, no, just more violence. Like I've been saying last few episodes, I want more violence.
Kane will deliver, no matter what the writers have to do. He will find some way to beat somebody up or shoot somebody or both.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby Brown.
What we didn't mention is obviously Lorenzo wants Drew to be the go-to for the family.
Yeah.
Why not Kane? I know he talked about him being like impulsive or whatever, but is Kane Lorenzo's son? Or is Drew Lorenzo's son and Kane was somebody else's kid and he wants to leave his legacy to his son?
Yo, talk.
So now you're getting into my conversation because
we're not getting into this conversation, David.
Oh God. Oh, never mind. I know where this is going.
Yes.
I thought it was going to go a different direction, but then I had to recall previous conversations with you guys. Shit.
Ain't no way in fuck Bobby Brown got any kind of Latin in him. You can kiss my black ass. Like, no. All right. So I'm just going with Stacey's saying. Like, it makes no sense. Like, at least Drew.
Not because he's dark skinned.
I was going to say, I don't think that's what she was going with.
Has a preference for Drew, which means that Drew may be his biological son.
No, he knows.
Is not.
He knows his oldest is a fucking hothead and don't have the ability to keep his shit together.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that. But if Drew is not aggressive enough, he gonna get himself killed too. Like, it's balance.
But that's why he's like, he needs to get out. He can be like, he just has faith that his son can come up. I mean, I don't think that's a sign that's not his kid. I think that's a sign that he just wants his kid to stand on his feet. Like he babies him. I think Monet babies Kane actually. I think she favors Kane much more. I was hoping that this wasn't a Kate Tommy situation, but it could. I don't know. Maybe the jury's still out, Stacey, because she wiped the blood off him like, oh, and because when it comes to it, she's like, Kane got this. Like, Drew, sit your ass down, and Diana, take the dishes and learn some shit, but not in college. Just learn from me. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Maybe that is a thing. Maybe that is a thing. So that's possible. All right. No. So where's his daddy then? That'd be interesting. Kanan. Huh?
He's probably dead.
No, it's probably Kanan. Wouldn't that be wild?
Oh, God. I could see that.
I would.
If he was Kanan, then she would know Ghost.
She would know.
I was so done with the damn show.
She's like.
But then there was a lot of things that wouldn't make any sense. Like, Kanan was like, hey, I always wanted the son to actually listen to me. And then he was so disappointed in Sean just to be like, oops, I forgot I had another one. You know what I mean? Like,
how many times do you see men dropping out babies don't know they got a kid? That's classic movie. Classic movie.
No, you're right. But damn, like, this show, like, really, like this. I mean, you might in that case just introduce Ghost identical twin already. Then, all right.
Oh yeah, Amari, get Amari off the stoop from rapping and let him come back to be his own brother.
Yeah.
Okay. No, for well, no, thank you, Stacey. You're right. That's a big thing too. We got to figure out this whole family dynamic because it's not working out. Because Daddy's girl is gonna get her ass whooped, but she keeps on trying to go around her mama. Terry Terry had to look up conjugal visits because she didn't know what that was, so she looked it up after I told her, which was hilarious. And then she wanted Monet to whoop the shit out of her daughter over that cell phone call thing. Like, she's like, she should have grabbed her and beat her. I was like, I don't know about that. That's a bit much. I mean, she took the phone. Like, she should put her in her place. I'm like, she did. When she finds out she's trying to fuck Tariq, that's gonna be a date. Like, hey, Professor Carey's gonna take care of that. Don't worry about it. Which one of y'all said that's gonna be justification? Carrie hearing Jabari having sex with his a graduate student is gonna be her justification for sleeping with Tariq. She's gonna be like, I can have a student too.
I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like, hey, you can get to fuck your students, I'm gonna fuck mine.
We can all fuck.
And Jabari will be like, yeah, but it was a grad school student. Said, oh, yeah, what's the difference of 3 years? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be some shit like that.
Hey, she might be like, let's just all do it together. It may be like that Stern scene when Ghost went to go find Stern and he was having the whole fucking orgy and everything, and he was like, this is too much for me. Oh, real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. This is one last thing. I promise.
Okay.
This bullshit that Tariq has no choice but to sell drugs irritates me. He should have made an effort to talk to Stern. If Stern has already committed his money to getting Tariq through school and paying for Ghost's funeral, he should have made an effort to be like, will you pay for Tasha? He says no, then he has to commit to drugs. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. We greatly appreciate your time. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, tell Chris that we love him, and we'll see him next week. And Stacy, we'll see you next week, and you'll see me next week for some reason. We will do the episode 4 preview. What's going on?
And Lovecraft Country.
And Lovecraft Country. If you still love this show, we're going to be for Lovecraft Country and Power episode 4 review preview next week. And goodbye.